Hey, how you doing? Welcome to Outriders. I'm going to go over weapon mods in general, and let's get started. First thing you're going to notice once you start getting weapons, if you're playing the game and just started, you're going to have probably blue weapons, and you're going to see this one thing like where it says Brain Eater, or over here, or Vortex Chamber. So what happens is that weapon has that mod affixed to it, and when you're shooting and using it, that mod takes effect. And when you get further on in game, you move over to the what I call the purples, and they'll usually have two mods on them. The reason mine have three mods on them is they're what's called apocalyptic gear. You get apocalyptic gear when you move into World Slayer, which is the expansion pack for the game. So most likely yours, if you just start playing the game, once you start getting purples, will only have two mods on it. The other thing about the ones with three mods, you notice the third mod there on the bottom's kind of like got a background where it's purple. That means that can't be changed. So that's locked in place. So you are allowed to change one of the mods, but you're not allowed to change the bottom one on the apocalyptic gear. Then you get into the browns, which legendaries or whatever you want to call them. And these are also going to have, once you're in apocalyptic levels for World Slayer, they will have three mods on them. Yet again, if you're pre-expansion pack, it'll only have two mods. And yet again, same thing like the others with the brown background, you're not going to be able to change that mod out. So let's move on to changing the mods. So you go to your crafting table or talk to someone in your camp that'll be able to help you out. Find the piece of gear that you want to mod, click on it, click on mod gear over here. Now the reason this has a lock on is, like I said, you can't change this bottom one, but you can change one of these two. Now Storm Whip is actually really good. I really like it a lot. And this is only, as you see, a level 1. So I'm going to go ahead and change that over, and I'm going to actually throw on here one of my favorites, Nicola's Revenge. Oops, I put it on the bottom. So if I right click it, it puts it in the second slot, and if I left click it, if I left click it, then it goes in the top slot. So left click, right click. And then once you've got it on there, you just hit mod slot, and it'll accept the changes. Now, that's pretty much it. The only other thing I wanted to mention while I'm in here is the tier 1, tier 2, and tier 3. So when you start the game out, these are all going to have padlocks on them, kind of like this over here, which means they're not unlocked. The way you unlock these is you actually get them in your inventory. So if you mouse over something like this, you see where it's got those little grid in the top right corner of each individual mod. If that's blank and it's not there, that means you don't have it yet. And the way to get that is, instead of selling this to a vendor, you just right click it so it's like that, and then you hit the delete button. So if I didn't have that mod, then when I come over here, that mod would now show up. So that's how you pretty much destroy your weapons, get a little resources for it, and then that would unlock your mods. Really, getting drops is the only way to unlock this. So it's not like there's you can't buy it or anything else. You got to get it from destroying your weapons and your gear. So we went over how to change your mod, the different levels, and as I said too, you're going to have the tier 1, 2, and 3s. And when you have your different weapons, as you level up through game, you'll go to have your blues, and then your purples, and your browns, and your legendaries. Now the other thing that I wanted to go over is some of my favorite mods. So let's take a look at them. Right here, this is my favorite weapon, and it has, luckily I was able to get all my mods on it. So Ultimate Storm Whip is phenomenal for single target damage, and when I nail a boss and I'm on elites, this thing just destroys them. The next one down in the middle there, Nicola's Revenge, that does more of an AoE type damage. So you pass that damage across 5 different people. So when there's more people, fine with me. I do more damage, and it just annihilates them. Shadow Comet was kind of a toss-up between Shadow Comet and the Volcanic Rupture one. But the thing is, the volcanic rupture one, like a little lava volcano, it does great AoE and a lot of damage, but if you're shooting anything that's flying, like birds, that doesn't affect them in any way. So Shadow Comet, which comes down from the sky, lands right on their head, so you don't have that problem. So Ultimate Storm Whip, Nicola's Revenge, and Shadow Comet. Now, a couple other ones that are worth definitely mentioning. Let me get back to my crafting table so I can show them to you. Death Ray. Death Ray actually puts like a laser beam on your weapon, adds some more damage as you're shooting. It's okay, but yet again, it just didn't seem to have the amount of power that the other ones did. Violent Rupture, that was what that was called with the lava. So that shoots up out of the ground, does a ton of damage. I mean, it just melts people literally. So that's another really, really good one that I like. Another one that I played around with quite a bit and still like is Omen. Omen shoots out like this big sphere and puts bleed on everybody. And the great part about it is when you're shooting and that sphere comes out, even if someone's like hiding around the corner from you, and if you put this on a sniper rifle, it'll still hit them in AoE. So this is really, really great if you're doing a map with humanoids that are hiding around corners from you. Get out your sniper rifle, shoot this in the area that they're at, and it's still gonna hit them and do a ton of damage. So that's a really great thing for that. All right, so that was kind of the quick and dirty that I wanted to go over. Next thing I'll do is just show you some of these mods in my next little clip of the video, so hang out. Right there, the comet and the lightning bolt. Just bam, right on his head. So those are the two real big damage doers. It's not splatting people because, you know, it's Apocalypse tier 28. Kind of up there a little bit. But it does a nice bit of damage. So you can see the different mods taking effect. Lightning bolt from the sky and the big comet dropping down. Bam. Bam. Tons and tons of damage on this guy. Just melted. Alright, that's about it. Just wanted to showcase some of the mods on this that I really like. And have a good time. Thanks a lot. Bye.